Okay, this is Whit's Guitar Journal, also June 19th, 2019. This is part 2. The other one was sort of a very elementary, basic introduction to this idea, and now I'm going to try to play a song using a triad and putting the melody on it, and then moving the lines around that go with chords. In other words, the root, major 7, major 6, or a 5 going up, things like that while I'm playing. I'll say that same thing a few different ways as I go. We did it in the video before in D, so it's always good to practice in other keys. So we're going to do it in F now. Here's an F. It's a root on top, just to be sure we're on the same page here. Thirds on top, right? Root, 3, 5. Okay, and we are going to be using a lot of the major 7. So here's the root, drop it down, D, root's here, root. I probably won't use this voicing as much. I'll move it to another set of strings, and let's review those quickly. Here's F, here's F, here's F, right? And the same deal with majors to minors applies here as it did on the other set of strings. So all these rules are consistent. So F major, F minor. So if you took this F and you pushed it up 2 frets to G, that would be going from 1 major to a 2, and I adjust that third to be minor, then you'd have a 2 minor. So I'm going to just do it by route because we want to get to the song here. So F, G minor, F major, G minor, F major, G minor. You can do it like this if you want, or like this. Sorry. G minor, F major, G minor, F major, G minor, F major. And then find the root and drop it. Okay, so there's a Bob Wills song called Home In San Antone. So I'm going to play the melody. But using chords, triads. So the thing will, first of all, would be super vanilla and probably not very satisfactory, but it was using just the major shape. So if I use some of these ideas where you drop, say, the root to a major 7, and it looks like A minor, right? And then start sliding these things around, which is what I was demonstrating in the basics video, you'll be able to find the melody note, because sometimes the melody note doesn't live right on the triad. It might come from the scale, which means you have to play an F chord, if it's an F chord, with a major 7 or a major 9 or a 6 or a sharp 5 or something else that didn't belong in that original triad. So I'm trying to come up with a system for that. It's almost impossible because every song and every melody is different. But there are a number of consistencies, and there's a number of sort of riffs or tricks or passages that are always useful, and you discover them by going through this process we're trying to work on. Okay, here let's just do the song, kind of by we'll just do it and then we'll analyze it. So here's F. Is the melody we're looking for, right? So F, F. Now, instead of just playing this F again, what else can you do to an F? We just talked about it. You could drop the root to a major 7. So I'm just going to add my finger. I could do that, which is the same thing as you get 2 notes changing. Okay, see what I mean? So I won't do that anymore. I'll just play a version. There's always more than one way to do it. That's the F7, F7, B flat. So now the same thing here. So I'm going to go. So F, B flat, B flat, B flat major 7. I'll just hit the melody note and bring the whole thing down to B flat diminished. F. So these little pedals, I call them. It's like you're walking the chord across the neck. Now, something else you could do. There's a million ways to analyze it. D minor, F. So you could also, that's going to be confusing. Just start again. This one, when I see some of these triads, I naturally start to try the physical parts of these chords, the harmonic adjusting to the chord, right? So 5 to 6, to me it's just this D shape that I use a lot, and anytime I see that I might squeeze that. You know, a good example is when we're all learning kind of rock and roll playing, and we almost always do that. We don't need to analyze what that is. Oh, it's a sus or whatever. Not at all. You just, right? So after you start getting comfortable with these other shapes, you start playing with the songs, you'll be able to grab some of these things, and it turns out that that's the D minor. So is this. But I wasn't thinking of it as D minor. It's just something to add to my F chord. Okay. Let's go. Where's it? What I'm trying to do is get to the bridge. Bridge is B flat. In that realm. So what I'm going to do is jump between these two B flat chords, and I'm going to raise the 5th. And then I'm going to go to this one. Here's the 5th. But something that's kind of fun and confusing, but always fun, is to raise that line as you go between the two voicings. So it's this B flat chord, and it's a B flat augmented, and then it's a B flat 6. So in other words, B flat and B flat augmented, and B flat 6. But you could try this. And so you got a lot of things were happening at once, but in a way, you were just grabbing two triads and raising the 5th as you went. Optimistic maybe, but yes. I'll do it one more time. So B flat. Here's B flat, but I'm going to raise that 5th. Here's B flat, but I'm going to raise that 5th, the sharp 5 to the 6. Here's B flat with the raised. This is happening against this. This is happening against this. And I'm tapping. Diminished. might do, you hear a lot of these. Distracted. Thanks.